People,
previously
what a show
on Perfect Plex.
We have.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah! Perfect Plex Radio! We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
Acknowledge him. You know who it is, and you know what day it is. You wake up to praise your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Then wake up and praise the alphas and the omegas of professional wrestling. Yours truly, Mike Knoxxx. The Z is never silent. Dice Man. And that guy, hey, ho, ho, looking like he's about to get smack, thumbs down, dude dropped up and everything else. And today, the Wrestling Dog. People, welcome to Unplugged Reviews, Perfect Plex Talk Radio, Clash of the Castle Review. I have you say at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Most people who don't have a 9 to 5 was working. But you think my job was going to stop me from watching the Tribal Chief? You thought my job? They don't pay me enough. Actually, they actually do pay me enough. I just happen to work from home. So I was able to watch it. So we're going to talk about this live premium event that they had last night. I'm always going to call it closed circuit television. Or I'm lying. I'm still going to call it pay-per-view. But as always, I'm your Tribal Chief, the staff, Mike Knoxxx, and I'm here with the Z. So what's going on, Dice Man?
You just introed everybody. I can't even do my intro now. You just turned it off. And you know what? Listen, I just want to let you know that was like the longest intro in the history of intros. You had 2 video packages. Do you know I had time to use the bathroom? I had time to wait. No, listen. That was about 8 minutes. That was about 8 minutes. I had time to trim up my goatee a little bit.
Exactly 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
I had time to take a little douche real quick, and I had time to get me a nice little drink from the fridge besides my coffee. That's a long intro, brother. I'm just gonna say it.
First of all, it was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. I played the extra clip because your ass wasn't here on time. I was making sure you got ready.
I was here.
Yeah, you were here, but you were not on camera,
minutes.
and you were not on your microphone. So
was I on the screen?
Let's let everybody
that's the point. I was
everybody showing the motherfucker that does all this shit around here any motherfucking way. So anyway, wrestling was just
what? You know what? Let's get into it. Go ahead.
It is a Sunday morning.
Do your thing. Do your thing, Jelly Bean.
I'm sorry, executive consultant. How you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. You know, life is good.
Sorry, where's your microphone? You sound like you're talking on a speakerphone.
I'm must be talking to Apple. Hold on.
No, Apple wouldn't do nothing that stupid.
Yeah, they would.
No, you must have one of them stupid phones that sit in your pocket and when you sit on your butt it bends and overheats on your butt pocket.
What are you talking about exactly?
You have one of those phones. Right, you have one of those phones. Anyway, let me talk to the beautiful lady in the room. Wrestling doll, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I don't know, dealing with these 2 jabronis. That's what I'm going on right now. Yeah, I called you a jabroni this morning. I'm up here
wrong way.
Making sure you look the wrong way.
Looking the wrong direction, Mike.
Making sure you look good. Making sure you look good with your extra cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Please, cheap pop, but it's not. Y'all can support us, Dunkin' Donuts. Just get at us. You know what I'm saying? And all that good stuff. But yeah, I know it was long, but again, I'll try. Anywho, last night, y'all, or I keep saying last night. It feel like it was last night, right? Anybody else feel like it was last night?
No, it was during the daytime.
Not
really. It felt really good. It felt really good to watch a pay-per-view in midday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wish I was in California though. They wake up to pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
They wake up to
go
football.
on about the rest of your day.
They wake up to football.
Yeah. Like who wouldn't want that? Big bowl of cereal and some pro wrestling or some football. That's pretty dope.
I don't know. Is he trying to talk with his non-muted microphone not plugged in? So like all you see is lips moving. Like it's a Chinese movie. What? I'm sorry. Can anybody hear? No. What's that? Hello. What is my motivation? What is it? It's not no volume. Okay. So yesterday in the daytime, I like day pay-per-views. Also, I just don't want them when I got to work on a Saturday. that was the only thing. Like I'm actually talking to customers and I'm like this.
Wow.
There
like, yeah, you know.
Now
Chiefs on the TV right now.
I don't want to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and there's wrestling or football on. So
that's because you're a loser.
What?
No, I wouldn't want to do that because you can possibly miss something if you wake up late. You gotta get.
In other words, he doesn't want to take the chance because he's going to be hungover.
That's what he's hungover now. Can you pass him the coffee? I think he needs the coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I'll be fine, man. I'll be fine. I got people to get my tea for me.
I mean, you probably right. I probably wouldn't want to wake up for football only because I'm a parlay better. So I need to watch the shows in the morning to get my final bets in. So in that retrospect, yeah, but to wake up to pro wrestling, I think that's pretty dope. That reminds me of Saturday mornings back in the early
challenge and all that good stuff. Right.
An hour show that doesn't really prolong the stuff.
Listen, for them only have like 6 matches, they went a full 4 hours.
Which is terrible.
It was. I thought it was going to be on for like 3 o'clock or something, right?
They don't need 6 matches for a WWE main pay-per-view. It wasn't a main pay-per-view. At least 7 or 8.
It wasn't a main pay-per-view.
No, technically it was.
No, I mean for them for the UK it was a pretty.
You have a lot of people who thought that Drew McIntyre, not to jump ahead, Drew McIntyre was going to win this match. Anybody beating Roman Reigns needs to be at a major pay-per-view. Clash of the Castle was important. It made them a lot of money, and it solidified the fact that AEW's secondary product.
You see the it was like 60,000.
It was 62,000 people, and it actually looked like more. I thought it was more.
It looked like a mania.
I personally thought the seating was horrible for some of the floor seating. I'd have been pissed to get those.
The floor seating that was in the back behind commentary. That was
those were really bad seats.
That was deep. Yeah,
but I'm gonna disagree with you, executive consultant, on the fact of it's not a big pay-per-view. Because it's not a big 4 or 5. It was thrown together at last moment, and anybody with any kind of really thoughts, and I'm saying this, would have known that what was happening was going to happen last night. This is one of the pay-per-views the same way we would call any other kind of pay-per-view. It was a fans pay-per-view for them. It was like what do you call the ones that when they were in Saudi Arabia? No one expects anything but a good show. You're not expecting anything really from it because that's not the American core audience, if you will. And as you're saying, at it being a 1 o'clock pay-per-view.
Is he freezing up to anybody else? Or is it just my service? It's my service, okay.
And so at a 1 o'clock pay-per-view, as you said in your defense, a lot of people not catching it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
Correct, because a lot of people are at work and they don't have the benefit of working from home like you, or being able to just say, I'm not going to work. So, like me.
So right. So I even had my supervisor was like, yo, the pay-per-view tonight. And I was like, no, it's on right now. He was like, turn the camera, let me see, because I was in my coaching meeting. I had the TV on, and he was like, oh, snap. And it was like, that was my coaching meeting right there, just watching wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that damn good. But they did, you talk about it, and let's speak about it right then. I'm going to start with you, Wrestling Doll. It did go down. We had the match that everybody, I mean, it was a great match. You got two guys. If you think about it, I'm using Executive Consultant's words. If you're going to build a wrestler, Drew McIntyre is one. I'm going to go Roman Reigns 2. Just because the height difference there as far as the look of a professional wrestler. Great match, great competitors. Outcome, I wasn't surprised. Many people really thought Drew McIntyre was going to win because they were over there. But this is what makes a pay-per-view good. I didn't know because they were over there for the 60,000 to go against, to be a walking contradiction. But your thoughts, Wrestling Doll, on this main event?
That it came up the exact same way that everybody saw. Roman Reigns was going to win again. He's going to beat someone else again. They're going to bring one of the same 5 people that they have to go after him again.
Not to cut you off, but Wrestling Doll is just being a hater again. Wrestling Doll is not acknowledging her tribal chief again.
When will I
needs
ever
to realize that Roman Reigns is like the greatest of all time again? Throw your ones up. Throw your ones up. I was jumping for joy. That match. Never mind. I'll wait for my turn. Go ahead.
Well, you just hijacked her.
You jump for joy when that man braids on TV.
He probably wants to just acknowledge your daddy.
I sent y'all that shirt because I thought it was funny.
Dave got that shirt?
I'm not buying that.
No, somebody else was here yesterday.
No front though. I know I got you open. I would actually buy that shirt, but for me. Of a thing like I got the chicks dig it big and the Braun Strowman shirt. You know what I mean? Kind of like
you have the massive ball shirt.
I want that shirt. I really do. You know what I mean? I would buy that shirt. But I did have the Braun Strowman monster among men, like shirts like puns like that. I acknowledge your daddy.
Nobody's bitch.
So, but you thought it happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen.
Yes, even though I didn't pick him, I knew that it was going to wind up happening. It's expected at this point. Literally every time I pay-per-view, it's expected. Roman's in it. Who's his opponent? Who cares? He's going to win again.
All right.
Sick of the hating, right?
No. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. It's just
it is wrong.
It's
Can our fans who are watching throw them ones up? Right? Throw them ones up. Where they at? Here it is. There it is. Gosh. Yes. Because I was doing this during that match when that match was over. I should say after the match. I was so proud of our WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. Mouthful. Can't wait to stop it. But I was so proud because this match, and it was so funny because while I was watching this match at the beginning, it was only 5 minutes in, and I'm looking like they doing the damn thing to each other, right?
I had to call
and Mike called me in the middle of the watch party. He was like, yo, this man is great. Because all he was doing is, I say it all the time, and yes, I'm going to throw AEW under the buses. He was telling a story through his words, through his facial expression, more than actual wrestling moves in the match. And the fans, big fight feel. That's a phrase WWE likes to use a lot during a lot of matches. And this match had we're talking about, hey, they ain't putting the same people in there. This match had a big fight to it. Those fans were hyped when those two were just staring at each other. That's not something you see nowadays. I talk about the golden era, right, of wrestling. Not the Attitude Era, not the Ruthless Aggression Era, which is fun for most people, but the golden era.
It's the greatest era, by the way.
As one of the best eras to me. Why? Because of the sports feel. The phrase is, it's real to me. However, nowadays, it still looks a little bit more scripted than it did back then, where it felt like an actual sporting competition, and I missed it. So I love it when you get that big match feel, and I felt that big match feel from the crowd who was in it and the way Roman and Drew carried that match. I don't know why Charmaine is typing all caps. She's yelling at somebody.
Big man.
She's about to tell me what her daughter's name is. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I love this match, and I love the work of what Roman Reigns and what Drew McIntyre. I hated the ending of the match, and when I mean the ending of the match, that singing was sort of every time they were singing, I was like, if somebody don't kick somebody in the balls via dominant hysteria.
Please, right now. and stop. You're going too far.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm still a little drunk.
Silent, your thought on this match.
My thoughts on which match?
The main event, brother.
The Bloodline is the greatest wrestling family in the history of professional wrestling. That's it.
Well, do me a favor, because I don't think everybody heard what the fuck you just said. Say it. Run that shit back.
The Bloodline is the greatest wrestling family in the history of professional wrestling. At me.
Hashtag end the story. Why they put
this match, it was great. Like if you liked Brock versus Roman, this is up your alley.
I did.
This is up your alley.
I did.
Right? It is two big meaty guys slapping meat, as Big E would say. Right?
A lot of meat slapping going on around here.
But to go back to some of the previous shows, we first acknowledged Roman's change, right? And it's been 2 years since. We said
my favorite one.
The thing that makes his character so great, and he went back to it because we didn't hear it that much, is the talking and them picking up the talking in the microphones. Like that's what makes that character so much better, because if you figure, if the pandemic era never hit, right, we probably still be dealing with Drew McIntyre as a champion, and Roman wouldn't be the Roman now, in my opinion, because if he debuted,
the fans would have booed.
If he debuted with, he would have. Yeah, it would have been.
It was over for him. He was the pandemic era helped him an awful lot more than anybody. Probably.
I thought the storytelling in that match was amazing. I love the pops. I love the theory coming out, the tease of the run in. Tyson Fury.
Hold on, man, listen. How he get locked up? But how he don't get locked up for that? He's a fan. He hit a wrestler. Okay, he bought it. If I bought that ticket,
they brought him in before that. Why?
Yeah, that was a real punch. He
hit him on the side of the head. You know what I'm saying? He hit Theory so hard he remembered his first name. It was really, really bad as he got knocked out. I felt bad for Austin Theory.
The excitement in the match was amazing.
It was a good match.
Solo Sikoa, like we called it. I mean, we called it. We added it to our wish list. 6 weeks ago? We're talking about Triple H taking over. The guy has been ready since month 2 in NXT 2.0. He's been ready, right? And I look at the comments on WWE's Facebook page.
He said, "I can get through customs,
right?
Because I got."
And they say, "Oh, this is stupid. This is the most boring storyline ever." Da da da. I'm like, what story are you paying attention to? Because this story has got to be one of the greatest and most complex stories that WWE has got right on every accord, right? Because there's so many layers, and Roman has beef with so many people that if one avenue goes down by somebody getting injured or hurt, or you know what I'm saying, you got another layer, right? And another layer and another layer. And let's not even forget, there's still another layer of bloodline, because we got to get Naomi in the bloodline somehow, some way. We got to get Naomi in there.
Or Tamina,
right? Or I mean, even if Nia didn't leave, it's so
that's my wish list.
That's a female bloodline right there. That's the female version of the bloodline. That would be amazing. So when fans say they're tired of this storyline, I can't see it. I can't agree with it. It's like, and for me to have to kind of try to break it down, like, look at what he's done. The head of the table moniker was presented to us like in 2015. Did you guys know this?
Yeah.
I didn't know this until somebody on Twitter said, you know, I'm putting food on my table to be the head of the table. Like he said that, like, but of course he put that goofy ass believe that shit at the end of it, and everybody was like,
wasn't, first of all, no, I didn't. Okay, believe
no, that's what he did. That's what he did.
I know. I'm just saying, but believe that your boy was here for the Smith.
I was never for it, but in my opinion, it definitely. I give it a 4 out of 5 as far as matches goes.
Listen,
you're definitely not Dave Meltzer.
Well, first of all, Dave Meltzer. There it is.
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
And still,
that man had a nerve to give. I'm sorry, real quick.
Universal
Fuck you, Dave.
Champion.
Fuck you, Dave. I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Roman
Fuck
Reigns.
you, Dave Meltzer. He gave Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys and Matt and Jeff Hardy that TLC match. You know what he gave it? Like 3 stars.
Well, I don't listen.
In a half.
Well,
in a half.
We know how he is with WWE. Any other questions?
Right. He's butthurt. They don't want to hire him. Personally.
He did give Cody and Seth Hell in a Cell a 5-star.
He'll give like 1 or 2 WWE
He
matches.
had a 5-star, but like, come on, man. I mean, it was good, but I mean, it's not. It was, yeah.
I thought it was really good.
It was one of their best
matches
matches
I've ever seen.
It was a good match, but it was
the storytelling in that match was absolutely amazing.
By the injury,
right, and that's what made it amazing.
Yeah.
But you go to this whole thing. What can be said that hasn't been said from you two, executive consultant and Zia Silent, and about this moment, this match, the feel, everything, and everything I said preface beforehand about it's not a big pay-per-view. We should have known the outcome. Yes, we know the outcome. However, it's wrestling. I'm telling my daughter says, "Dad, you're always picking this stuff right." I'm like, no, it's just, I watch it and this is what I want to happen versus what I think should happen. But in wrestling, it's what we always say. Cards subject to change. At any given moment, something can happen, and that crowd made you believe that Drew McIntyre could win. The package beforehand, I'm not going to be known as the guy who's playing air guitars my whole life. Like everything leading up to this match really had you thinking he was going to win this match. I just knew, and I've said this from the beginning, and I'm not saying that Drew can't do it in Dice Man's favor. I'm not saying that Bobby can't do it. It's just where I think where the company is right now. No one's beating Roman for these 2 titles. That's not the biggest guy next to Roman. And Drew still ain't there yet.
I am under the belief right now. Like, listen, just because it's Triple H. And Triple H is going to look at Cody when he comes back, and he's going to give him the...
well, Cody might do it.
Cody should not do it.
But Cody doesn't make it. Cody doesn't make it believable. You can't look at Cody and look at Bobby Lashley. And they can't do it.
Yeah,
like come on. How much? What does Cody have that they don't, other than a dope ass fucking entrance song?
Well, you know how much I love Alexa Bliss and how much that bothered me how she beat Nia Jax. It just wasn't believable. And I get
that she only beat Nia Jax.
That Rey Mysterio let that little man chase.
But she cheated to get it.
She beat him down with the briefcase.
She
never beat him 1-on-1. It's like her when Alexa Bliss feuded with Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Ronda washed her pretty much. But I completely get what you're saying. Not for nothing did anybody else heart jump, because my heart jumped a beat when Drew McIntyre hit that second Claymore on Roman, and then it didn't look like anybody was around until Solo. I was like, oh my God, I think it's really over.
I was going there, and you know what else is not? I want to know how he does that freaking headbutt. Because that headbutt that he landed,
all that sweat,
it was so much sweat. I said, hit him for real. He hit him for real.
The hand.
He didn't put his hand up or nothing.
It didn't look like
he did. He did.
Man, it was. Listen, Drew McIntyre's that guy. I can see
He's very quick with it.
This guy, he's somewhere TikToking.
Hey, somebody got paid thousands of dollars to go to United Kingdom on a vacation because he did nothing but throw a water bottle, which I do at NXT every Tuesday. Like,
give them credit. They gave him this whole entrance back and everything.
Wednesday.
You know what? The funny thing is, and I'm not a Vince hater. I love Vince McMahon, right? And I love the work he does. But the night and day difference between Karrion Kross is amazing to me. All right? When I watch an old match of his on Raw last week, when he had the gladiator outfit on,
God.
You know what I'm saying? And then I watched on Friday. It was awful. And then you watch on Friday when he came out, he had Scarlet with him and everything like that. And then he looked, and this is Mike references this all the time, at least once a month. He looked like that star that I talked about when we went to that NXT a while ago. He was fighting 4 midgets, one of which is Johnny Gargano.
See? Dice. I'm not. I told you, tall people do that.
He looked like a presence. The way he's portrayed right now, he looks like a presence, right? Back in last year, he didn't look like that presence as he was losing to Jeff Hardy in 3 minutes. You know, so I can't say enough about the work that Triple H has done. I disagree with a lot of his moves that he's made that a lot of fans are, like jerking off to. But I personally
see that's what y'all gotta.
Nothing has been big yet. We already know what we want.
Exactly. We want Bray Wyatt.
Give us what we want. We want
Bray Wyatt.
Bray or bust.
Or Sasha Naomi. The thing is that with that is that it's so much dirt sheet that I say #death to that everyone's saying it. It's probably done deal. Just
you don't want him to do. You don't. One thing I agreed with when Vince did make all those cuts, or Nick Khan or whoever did, was the fact that I don't want WWE to go to the way of AEW where they have too much talent and they don't have time for all of it, right? So they can't be bringing back everybody just to bring them back.
But see, that's something.
Because look at Omos. He was mentioned in the comments earlier.
But here's the thing, though.
What's he done?
But I don't think Omos should have been on where he was in the first place. To be honest with you, to me, that was clearly a Vince McMahon thing. As Dyke said earlier in the words of Big E, big meaty men doing meaty things. That's that's always been Vince's thing to do. But our tribal chief, yes, I said it. Wrestling dog, our tribal chief.
Yeah.
Still your Universal Undisputed Champion. That's like saying when they used to say that ain't my president. Well, you live in America, don't you? That's your president. You may not want to claim him.
Wrestling. I still don't have to.
You may not want to claim him.
Wrestling dog, can I ask you a question? Did you have breakfast today?
Yes.
Do you know who's responsible for that food being on the table?
I tell her who. I tell her it ain't him. It ain't him. It's
you know what?
man.
I still have people
right.
and be like, the Roman's going to lose in WrestleMania to The Rock, right? And I'm like, are you kidding me? The way they coming back to take no W, the way he's coming back to acknowledge his tribal chief. That's what he's doing. Because as Dice said earlier, wrestling has more than one royal family, and the best royal family of all time, to me, you can take your Flairs, no offense, Knoxxx. You can take your Hearts, you can take your Rhodes, but those
guys right there, the Belt Kings, greatest wrestling family alive.
Look at those four gentlemen. But the NYU family produces so much talent. If you go by quantity, talk about quality. Not just talk about quality, because arguably The Rock is a GOAT. Arguably Roman Reigns is a GOAT, right?
Arguably.
But you have the Usos, you have the Rikishis, you have the Wild Samoans. Who knows what Sola's doing? Because Sola's a star. I see Sola in downtown almost every week. Yeah. I won't see him anymore. Shout out to Imperium. Shout out to Imperium because I used to see them all the time. They got drafted. They had one more good night downtown. Then I didn't see their shit anymore, right? Saw Gunther downtown drinking something, watching the UFC fight, looking intimidating. I was like, I wanted to say what's up, but I didn't want to get chopped, right? But that being said, shout out to Mike Knoxxx. Let's go into another match.
And that other match is as we're talking about the booking of one Triple H, which I think can be mirrored, in my opinion, of what I've seen AEW do. And that's a lot more wrestling, a lot less entertaining, a lot more focusing on the storyline of wrestling. And I think using the talent very well with how much they got. And we see that right here with arguably the match of the fucking night. Gunther versus Sheamus. 100% a classic winner and still your Intercontinental Champion. Gunther, this right here, you talk about again, big fight feel. This crowd, of course, this is their home country, right? So, of course, that's going to be there. And it should have been there. And that's why this match was booked, because they were in this country. Because this match would not have gotten this, and I'm being honest, in Philly, D.C., or New York. Being honest, the three biggest cities for wrestling in America wouldn't have popped for this. You know why? Because Sheamus hasn't been there, and Gunther hasn't been there, to be honest with you. I've been a Sheamus fan from day one.
I think the crowd is coming. The crowds are actually kind of
getting into
They like the Brawling Brutes now. They like them.
I like Butch.
Of course. I'm a bruiserweight guy.
I was laughing from the beginning.
I'm a bruiserweight guy going through.
Right. Yeah. I don't want him to, I don't mind him going back to Pete Dunne to a certain extent, but I still like the Butch.
The Butch guy. Yeah, he don't have to be Pete Dunne to me no more.
Yeah, he don't have to be Pete Dunne.
Be the bruiserweight.
He can dress like Pete Dunne, but when he comes out and they, play the music and he's just pushing people and walking, I love it. I like it.
But silence. Let the lady in the room speak.
Shush.
Yes, I will. I feel like doing a Harry Potter. Shush! I can't even do it right, so I stopped. Wrestling Dog, your thoughts on this big fight feel of a match. Are you going to hate on this one too?
Probably.
No.
Okay. She said probably.
Look at that face.
What's your thoughts on this match?
I cannot with you guys sometimes. But this was an entertaining match. Very much so more entertaining than the main event for me. This one was really crazy.
So, is there anything that you do like? What
she don't like the Notebook.
It's whack.
I'm sorry, Wrestling Dog. I didn't mean to. That just whoever picked that up. They should.
Oh, there he goes. No, but match was great. I expected Gunther to win. I expected him to chop the crap out of Sheamus so hard that his chest was howling by the end of the night. I mean, it was insane. I mean, what else can you say except it was
you know what I can say? Because Wrestling Dog, you were on my mind yesterday. Don't get excited. But you were on my mind yesterday because what happened was, right?
I think he got excited.
Gunther came out, right, along with Ludwig Kaiser, and then Giovanni came out, and then we got the reformation of one of the greatest factions, a top 5 faction of all time, in Imperium, right?
Yeah, I know. You posted it in the group chat yesterday. I saw that.
Great, right? I don't understand why we're not talking about this.
I had the picture in it, and I had it up here
last time when we did
with the all black too.
I didn't have a list that day. I just pulled it out of my head at the last minute.
But I was still excited.
What I knew.
I was still excited to see Imperium reunited.
No, you're not. Stop lying.
We actually like.
I love Imperium.
I love Imperium. It's just
I thought it was a really dope. Why do
I find it hard to believe you? And you
No, here it is. We never once said we didn't like Imperium. We just had an issue with you saying they were the top 5 of all time. That was the only issue.
If that's you know what?
But that's your opinion. Hold on.
I tell you, the Main Event Mafia is the greatest faction in the history of pro wrestling. The MEM, baby. Come on now.
The greatest?
The greatest.
Over the bloodline?
There's not another faction like
over the bloodline. You can say they're the most decorated,
and that's why they're the best.
The most decorated is not always the best.
That's why they're the best.
Ric Flair's not the best.
Ric Flair.
You know what?
We're not. First of all, we're not.
I can't argue with Dice. The main event Mafia.
But that entrance right there,
I love the main event.
People went crazy with the all black.
I thought it was a really dope. I thought it was a really dope shot that the Brawling Brutes and Imperial were fighting
each other.
And Gunther and Sheamus was just staring at each other. I'm like, oh, this is
good.
Is it.
That's good.
This is it. Yeah,
that's
such good shit. Their feud is not over.
Not even close to being over.
Oh no.
I think
this is going to at least Survivor Series.
They finally have a feud because Sheamus then wasn't doing anything. Them coming
with
back
the New Day. The New Day, it was always uneven because they didn't have Big E. It doesn't matter.
It just wasn't fair.
It wasn't.
That's why they're
New Day isn't the same without Big E. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but it's just it's really boring. It is really boring.
I was talking about somebody mentioned the Viking Raiders.
It's okay to say it. It's okay to say it because they are boring without BE. I'm gonna keep it a beam with you.
No.
They've been to me. Let's not say I won't say boring. That's they're just not working for me no more. But they haven't worked for me in a long time. Yeah, I mean that doesn't mean I don't have to give them their credit or props. You know what I mean? But for me although Friday Night Smackdown and that match was amazing to me.
That match was good.
Victor, are you saying that you can't believe somebody would say main event Mafia 4?
Yes,
because I would say main event of Mafia the 4 Horsemen. I really would. I'm sorry. I love main event Mafia. What's going on, bad guys?
It's okay. Great groups can be surpassed. Great rappers can be surpassed. Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't want them to turn
to about Thriller.
I don't want them to turn to AEW. So I Jeff, you're right there.
You know what? I think the one thing that I've thought that WWE has missed on is factions. Like I hate the enemy of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like I hate that because WWE takes that approach so much. And like you could have gave us the club. You could have gave us that shit. But no, you teased us and gave us Gallows and Anderson with AJ. And then Balor just kind of like
coming back.
Yeah.
He did mention they want him back.
Young Bucks.
I don't know why they want Gallows. I never thought they were entertaining.
No, Anderson's amazing. Anderson's amazing. Carl Anderson's amazing. And friend of the program, Gallows. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Friend of the program. Anybody I've interviewed, I'm not gonna give them. I'm never gonna say shit bad about them.
Correct. You aren't. I will say
that's what you turned the interview off for that.
They're good, but they're not entertaining to me. They never have. They've only been entertaining in the WWE.
Great point.
When they are with AJ Styles or when they were with Finn Balor. If they're by themselves, and I'm hearing Good Brother and their Dr. Feelgood thing or something like that.
I'm trying to help her. I was there. I'm there.
She battled us. I was giving her credit. I was saying, hey, Imperium's back. You should be excited because I love the camera angle they did when they had Ludwig Kaiser and he introduced and the camera panned and they showed Gunther.
Yeah. And he came out of nowhere and he was sitting there. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, Gianni's out there, right? Who's done a good job. Now, granted, he's lucky he didn't lose his job and got rehired when they brought up Imperium because realistically, I said it, Gianni didn't have the facial expressions that Ludwig had. He didn't have that entertaining factor that Ludwig had. But Gianni's very good. You see, you like Ludwig. He's very good. But Gianni's very good wrestler. And he's proven that in NXT as he repackaged himself and everything like that. But I'm glad to see Imperium on the main roster. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And I don't want them to get too heavy with factions because, Legado del Fantasma is also coming up.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
First of all, shout out to Hit Factors radio program, and I'm gonna say this to the day I die. Tag team wrestling and factions are the backbone of professional wrestling.
New Day versus
they are the backbone
was one of my favorite feuds in wrestling.
Of professional wrestling.
The Shield versus the Wyatt family was
you
one
need
of my
those,
favorite.
but you need. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the NWO. The NWO couldn't have flourished, right? And let me rephrase that part. Having the luchas and everything else that was taking place while NWO was running roughshod over WCW made for good television. You got to keep something else going, and factions and tag team wrestling does that. I'm never going to say, and that's a difference between main event mafia and how Dice is looking at it.
We had this debate 3 weeks ago,
but they're never going to. I say this much: they don't have the impact on wrestling that
because it was TNA.
Because other ones had.
Because it was TNA. There were eyes on it. But going back to your factions and tag teams comment, I thought what was really significant, or that they kept pointing out last night, was the fact that Damage Control were an actual team.
Yeah.
Even though Bailey, it was her first time tagging with both ladies, but Asuka and Alexa and Bianca were just 3 stars trying to band together. And it showed, even though the match was, it was a little sloppy. It was a little sloppy. Some cues were being missed, and
I think both female matches were a little sloppy yesterday. And I was kind of disappointed in that.
I thought that you could chalk that up to the fact that on commentary they're mentioning that these ladies are, they're facing a team versus 3 individuals, right? So you could easily say if a move was getting messed up or a tag team move wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to, well, it's not going to, because these ladies are individuals. They're not a team. But overall, I thought that match was actually better than expected. It wasn't a total shit show. I mean, it was better than anything.
It started off the pay-per-view, and I thought maybe we would get Sasha and Naomi then, and I said, oh, no, they're going to bring them out over. Give me a second for you shake your freaking head. First second was, I hope. Then I said, no, they're not in America. They're not going to debut them in that way, is why I thought that. But I'm with you, though. I thought the match was, this match was a little sloppy. But just for a second, just to go back, because I did think this was match of the night.
Absolutely.
I think maybe match, it could actually be a running in for the top. I'm going to go 10 matches of the year so far and then go from there. But just a tremendous match overall. But this, and everything you just said, Dice, is sometimes you're in my fucking head, right? Because commentary matters in wrestling. And that's why commentators are there. They're supposed to tell the story that if they cannot be told in the ring, and commentary did that for this match. I think
the problem.
What's their name again?
What's their Damage Control?
Damage Control should have won the match anyway. They're a team.
Yeah, you got to.
They have to.
But I think the difference when I watch AEW and I watch WWE, right? The commentators are telling me too much. They're telling me too much of why somebody is doing something, right? Like somebody, like whatever I'm watching in WWE, I know what's going on because of the actions of the wrestler, right? But when I watch AEW, for some reason, it's too many people talking at one time, and everybody everybody has something to say about the story except for the people in the ring. Because now you were telling me what's going on, whereas I can't process what I'm watching because you've already made it up in your mind what I'm watching, right? So like it's like when Shannon Sharp says he watches sports with the volume down because he doesn't want the commentators to impact how he's processing the game. Sometimes in AEW matches, I don't want that because like I want to stop downing AEW so much in the way that they do things. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it an open shot, even playing field. But then the commentators fuck it up for me. Like, and it's not. And everybody says, "Oh, this match was amazing. This match was amazing." Why? Because the commentators told you?
No, they say it was amazing because they want to be anti-WWE. That's 100% fact what it is. And Vic, if he's called Money Show, we did our predictions for All Out on here. But we're gonna go for World Collide a little bit before that. Too many matches. It means they're not gonna go up to 12:30, 1 o'clock, which is annoying. I think they did that last year.
They did it at the last pay-per-view. They didn't end until
12:30,
and everybody was like, "Oh, it's one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time."
No, it lasted 6 hours.
WrestleMania is at 12:30, and people shit on it, saying, "Oh, I can't believe
again,
it's so long.
they just wake up.
They should never do it." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Greatest sign been in wrestling the last 2 weeks.
Now, and I hate that.
Just enjoy wrestling. That's the greatest sign I've seen. I like that. But your thoughts, Wrestling Doll, on that women's match and the outcome of this match right here.
The better women's match of the pay-per-view, and honestly, I knew that Damage Control was going to win anyways. As much as I do love Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa,
Dream Team
wasn't for them to win, in my opinion. Especially with the outcome with what happened with the tag match with Io and Dakota losing. I wasn't expecting them to lose, but I read that they have plans for Raquel. Aaliyah just happens to be along for the ride, I guess.
About this. That's been evidence since they called her up.
Insert rant. I feel like a rant is loading.
I just want to say it.
I'm not going to rant.
I've always thought that maybe Aaliyah was one of those people that Vince McMahon had fun with in the back. For why she was there for so long. I like Aaliyah as a person, but when you look at the talent that's on this roster and where wrestling has gone, especially female division, from leaving the Divas era into what we're getting into now, I don't see how she fits it. I've always referenced Carmella and where she cannot do great in the ring. She does great everywhere else.
Where she fits it.
Aaliyah,
Aaliyah's not that pretty.
They got prettier women than Aaliyah.
Right. Aaliyah's not that. I think she's overrated as far as looks. People keep telling me she's so attractive.
It's the Middle Eastern connection.
Yeah, she's from Syria and she has Syrian and Iraqi descent. So she's
they already meet that affirmative faction. They got Mansoir.
Well, you need a woman's side of
it.
Yeah,
but he ain't doing a damn thing.
I think this gimmick is the best thing he's had.
That's not saying a lot.
In the ring?
That's not saying a lot.
That's not saying a lot.
This match.
I'm asking him if that's why.
This disappointed me. And
I liked it.
It's Liv Morgan's. I can't say that it's Liv Morgan's fault because Shayna Baszler is supposed to be the one that's carrying this match. And Shayna, to me, in this match was just very slow. The beginning of this match picked up, like you talk about it, Dice. I mentioned it all the time, that counting steps thing. And she had some moves that kind of took place. And then all of a sudden, it was like I can watch her go and come back. I thought it was poorly executed. It's one of the main reasons why I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan, why I thought Liv Morgan should not have been champion because of this. But here it is, winner and still champion is Liv Morgan. I think, listen, in all intents and purposes, aesthetically and pleasingly, Liv Morgan, one of the most beautiful women in WWE.
I see her attractive as I don't see Aaliyah.
She's beautiful, flat out beautiful. Her wrestling has gotten better, but that match, and again, I'm not blaming her for this match. I'm blaming my girl, who I thought should be and should, be higher on the roster than she is, and that's Shayna Baszler. She disappointed me yesterday in this match, and I think that's why the match didn't come off for me as well as it should have came off. Wrestling, I'm gonna start with you. We're talking about females wrestling right now, and you said it yourself. You thought you liked the 6-woman tag team match better than this one as well. What was your thoughts about that match?
That was all right. Shayna was okay. Liv was all right. It's just not really much for me to talk about. Yeah, I didn't really care too much for this one. Liv's fine. I don't care too much for this reign for her as champion.
Look good though. She looked good while she's doing it.
I mean, she's one of my top 5 attractive women in WWE, whether it be current or inactive talent in there, but still. It was fine. Nothing to write home about. The gear was nice. Little shout out to the sensational Miss Sherry. All that fun stuff. That's about it.
Rant coming.
I'm not ranting. Why do you think every time I'm going to talk?
Not you. Anytime you mention Liv Morgan and I'm around, I'm going to rant because this woman is the worst women's champion I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't understand why she still has that championship.
Of all time?
Yes, she's the worst. She is bring your butt back here, Z. You name a worst SmackDown women's champion. You name her.
Carmella!
Carmella was better. Carmella was way better.
Way better.
Carmella is a better character. Yeah, but they have equal wrestling skills.
I'm not just talking about wrestling. I'm talking about the total package.
The total package matters. Her wrestling skills, that's what makes Carmella above hers, that Carmella can carry her character. Liv's character is what? First, she came out trying to copy off of Alexa Bliss. My daughter kept always saying, they already got one Harley Quinn. Why are they making another Harley Quinn? Right? Then she did that. Then they put her in the Riot Squad. Okay, and look what happened to that group. Okay, I think she's just a product of, again, the way she looks, amazing. I can't knock that. Her in-ring ability doesn't fit. She has to come out with her character more. And her like I would give Selena Vega is more charismatic and believable character than she is. And 100%. she goes from speaking Queens New Yorkan to Queens of the Islands. Her accent just changes while she's talking worse than Kofi Kingston.
Back in managerial position or color commentator. I don't think she'll be bad at that, but I don't think she's a good wrestler.
No,
she's passable, but she's not a good wrestler. Liv Morgan,
she's a midget.
And I challenge anybody who's watching. Liv Morgan, somebody said Natalya. Okay, that's arguable to me. I think Natalya was the second.
What's arguable? Natalya's a great.
What the hell is going on with Dice? That's two times.
That's his boat.
Oh well, the boat sailed 5 years ago. But look, actually more than 5 years ago.
She can wrestle circles. She can out wrestle circles around half that them women.
Are you paying a ticket to see Natalya?
Have you seen them titties? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Are we talking OnlyFans or are we talking a WWE event? Right?
I thought you were talking about her Instagram page and all the pictures she posts with her sister.
I'm not saying
showing all the tatas.
I'm a Natalya fan, right? But her time is past. I think she should go to coaching. She should go to coaching backstage. She could be a producer like her husband, but I don't think she's that good of a presence on screen anymore. When I see her, I automatically think Mustafa Ali. They're going to lose. Liv Morgan is a horrible champion. I can't wait for her to lose. I don't understand why they're still doing this. Hopefully, Ronda Rousey will beat that ass.
46.
And as far as the 6-woman tag match goes, yeah, I feel Bianca's injured. I can tell. It was a point to have her to be the one to lose, but I still have a hard time believing that a team that consists of Bianca Belair, who has not got pinned in over a year, right? Alexa Bliss, who's a multi-time women's champion, and Asuka, who's a low-key, not a four-horsewoman goat.
She's an Astrid horsewoman. She's right there.
She's right there. When you mention the top 4 women since the women's revolution or evolution or whatever.
In the ring-wise, she's probably 2 or 3.
Right. Asuka's up there. You have a team of them, and then on the other side, you have, no offense, Bayley. Bayley's great. Io Sky, I think, is going to do wondrous things, and I already see it. And Dakota Kai.
I'm with you with that part. Dakota Kai finally looks like a homeless skateboarder, and that's great. She looks good in that aspect. But I think the pin had to happen the way that it happened. And that would happen for a reason. That's why you know Bayley Pinter. You know what I mean?
After 3 finishers, they had to do that.
They all got their finishes off, which
they had to protect her
because she's the female John Cena up to date. Dice, your takes on that women's main event with your girl Liv Morgan and again my girl Shayna Baszler and you know how I rock for her. She just
also understand Shayna's.
She didn't want to be there. I feel like she didn't want to be there.
She's not. How can I put this? Because I don't want to disrespect her. She's north of 40.
Yeah, she's already 40.
She's like 41.
Where's she really?
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
I ain't 40 the new 30.
No, I mean, in today's
world, 40 is 30.
It's a little bit different because 10 years ago, if you were 35, WWE's forcing you to retire almost. You know, so
only if you were Edge with fuses in your neck.
No, I'm talking women-wise.
Shout out to Dice and his opinion about this match.
She's 42. So I have a thing where women wrestlers they have a horrible way of still displaying the emotions before the match, like the entrance. Like you can see, but that's her attitude, right? She's very nonchalant. But yeah, and like you could tell she was going to win the night that she won because she was already in tears before the match even started. Bianca did the same thing. But Shayna. Shayna to start that match, she just still looked like you're right. She looked like she didn't want to be there. However, I thought it was a decent display. I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed it. It was more creative. I thought it was creative because anybody knows that Shayna should have beat the dog shit out of her, right? But it was a very creative way of trying to keep Liv
on her.
Yeah, I think give her one more title defense and then take it off. She's had her moment. It's fine.
Well,
like she can go and tell her kids whenever she has them that she was actually a champion and she was actually a big deal.
Are you putting your name in the ring for that hat to give her a baby?
Me? No, I got one and I'm done.
I would watch it if that was.
I am in my mid-30s. I am done.
I'm done. All right, moving on before we get to the other match of the night, and that is Charmaine. You happy now? We got it. The world knew. My mama in heaven knew. My kids knew. Everybody
I thought this was the most entertaining match.
That Dominic was going to turn
besides the main event.
And here's the thing, though: is he really with them? Judgment Day, because he didn't walk out with Judgment Day. He didn't turn because of Judgment Day. He turned because his father turned his back on him and went towards Edge over him. Why do I know that? Because the storyline that WWE has been doing in commentary told me that. So I'm gonna start with you this time, Dice. We've been calling for hell. I even got the shirt on today for a reason. The Mysterio shirt. Your take on this match? I'm with you, Dice. I think I may not have been the most entertaining match, but it was damn sure entertaining.
I think storyline wise for the entertainment that it's been telling us for 2 months, it's been the most entertaining for me. I enjoyed it a lot. You got two legends in Edge and Mysterio working with two guys that can actually really keep up with them and work, and they're not bad workers at all in Finn Balor and Damian Priest, right? And then you got the action on the outside. You got the way Rhea hit Dominic, Jesus boy, she took that boy out. I know that boy wanted to cry when he got backstage.
Where you go, Schmitty? So he knew that because of us, because we've been singing.
A little bump too when she was holding Dominic and Rey went out suicide dive and her head hit the back. Yeah,
I have to hurt for that because they don't do that whole men touch women stuff.
Right, that was a good setup to do.
That's a nice way to have that done. I thought that
Rhea.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Rhea needed to get hit.
I'm getting tired of her beating. I'm being honest with you. If I'm Dominic, other than like people saying, "Ooh, I get to go work with Rhea," you're getting your ass beat by a girl, bro. It's not really good character building for what it's worth. He
probably get the script for the day.
But it's not just any girl too. It was Liv Morgan. That's one thing.
It ain't fucking China. She's China.
She's hitting me again. Just go with it. Just go with it. She's hitting me again. She's knocking me. You're saying she's knocking me out on here.
No, Dice, this is the best part. Go back to the bottom. Go to the bottom page of the line. Go ahead, put it back up. The very thing says she power bombs him, so his head's in her crotch. Then he says, "Okay,
all right,
yeah,
all right,
okay, there it is.
Okay, we're good. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, that's all.
Shout out to Dominic Mysterio who kicked Edge in the nuts so hard that he lost a shoe.
His shoe, and then he just kicked the other off.
I thought that was wrestling. Hold on, he just took off his other shoe. Did I miss something?
Yeah, he took off his other shoe. I lost one, so I might as well take the other one. And there was no love lost for his father because he clotheslined the hell out of Rey. Right?
I don't see this one happening. And
that's too much. That's too much.
Truth be told, no, keep it real. Truth be told, he's bigger than them.
I don't know. Santos Escobar is a fucking star to me.
No, he's physically.
Right, being a star.
Oh yeah. He's
no, I don't mean physicality. I mean as far as people knowing who. The man got shirts.
Well, he's
because of his damn daddy.
He's also Rey's son.
That's my point. He's Rey's son, so he's automatically he's bigger than them.
Yes, but wrestling fans hate Dominic Mysterio.
I don't know why, because I think he's actually pretty good.
I think he's very good. Hate him. There's times though, watching him as much as I like him, he
still counts steps.
He's very slow in the ring, and when you can see
he doesn't have his father's speed.
He doesn't have his father's speed at all. Finn Balor has all that speed. Finn Balor is finally getting some fucking cred. Finn Balor is back and gonna be in the driver's seat because Triple H is back. So
and Baszler
also
took yet another L.
Last night. Another L.
Y'all keep voting for the Judgment Day to win.
There.
At this point, y'all should just stop.
Yeah, no, I'm never
because I feel like the Judgment Day should win.
Yeah, right. That's why. So y'all,
you're a good faction.
Don't do this.
So y'all vote with, oh, I want to win. I want to win. I vote like this is who I want to win. Right? I can easily vote with, oh, that's going to win. I always go back to Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, watch this. I bet he kick him. We've all watched what's enough to know what move is coming and all that kind of stuff. When I pick predictions, that's who I want to fucking win. And Judgment Day for storyline should not have lost 3 pay-per-views ago to them. This should they. That's why they're a joke. This is why.
Yeah, you can't come out and have a promo and say, and Rhea says, we run Monday Night Raw.
They
lose every week.
They run backstage.
We're taking over WWE. Which WWE you talking about?
Yeah,
WWE 2K? Because y'all not doing that shit in real life. They gotta keep them strong. They gotta keep them strong, man. I don't know
at what point. Even them laughing and losing and what happened doesn't make them look strong.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like, we told you.
As he's holding himself bleeding out, right? Because he just got shot.
It was terrible. But match of the night, part 2. Seth freaking Elton John Rollins. Okay, with the Elton John drip. If you know anything about Elton John, that whole entire outfit.
That's what that was.
Elton
I could not put my finger on it. Yes,
okay, the
Elton
wings,
John.
the horns, the freaking glasses. And listen,
the way he dresses, it should be.
I used to hate Matt Riddle. I used to hate him. I know he's friend of the programs.
Yes,
but
he is.
I watched this guy, and I have been impressed every single month after month after month. And the things that I was always told about him before, when you're not a fan of somebody, there's always somebody saying, watch this guy, watch this guy, watch this guy, right? I was like, oh, why? But I watched this guy, and I just watch him improve and improve and improve. And he can really fucking go in the ring. And truth be told, a lot of the stuff that was being said in the dirt sheets and how he was coming out at Legends, I didn't know how much about what he was doing. It was like a rapper who wanted to come up, say, I'm gonna go at Drake, or I'm gonna go at, I'm gonna go say something about Eminem or Jay-Z just to get their name known. And that's what I felt with him. But after watching him, his intensity, first of all, the promo on Monday night, but they finally went back to the Attitude Era. He said, "Are we all?"
That was great.
He said, yeah. He said, "Oh, we're talking about my family. Let's talk about your family and where the fuck they at." He said, "Where you at, bitch? I'm not gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro."
Shout out to Seth Rollins kind of when he said it.
He left your bitch ass.
I had somebody call me. He's like, "Yo, was that real?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Come on, man. Come on, Vic." It's not
called you. Make sure you put in parentheses next to their name, Mark.
Yeah, that's funny because it was the Mark Victor Rodriguez. He said, "Yo, is that real? Is that real?" I was like, "No, that wasn't real, bro. That wasn't real."
Right
but shout out to Seth Rollins because he dropped the whole little thing that he talked like, "Yeah, and I'm all your head." He dropped to say, "Yeah." Like you really hurt me with that, and I'm being real. This is about your family, how they left your bitch ass, right? So to the point where even if I didn't know personally because they did that little thing, like, are we clear? Are we clear? You know what I'm saying? If they didn't do that part, I would have thought, okay, maybe it is because they used to have real beef.
Now, not just that, but the fact was it was aired. It was aired.
But truth be told, they in real life.
But you know where that's from, though, right?
They squashed that beef a long time ago.
That's from
at the Royal Rumble, actually.
Cormier and John Jones.
Yeah, when they went off air. Yeah. I didn't peep that you just said it. And honestly, as soon as you say John, I said, "Oh, yep, that was that." Yeah, and that's one of my favorites.
Exactly where that's from.
You know how much I love John Jones to hate me. I'm all about them cakes. Daniel Cormier. Okay, go watch All About Them Cakes video. Y'all know why I'm not a fan of Daniel Cormier. Okay,
and I don't want to sound biased, but Matt Riddle has never had a bad match.
No, and I don't think you're wrong in saying that. And but again, as you get to know me, as Dice have learned to know me, and hopefully, we stick around long enough and we know each other. I'm about storyline. I don't give a damn how great somebody wrestles in the ring if they don't have. It's why Liv Morgan doesn't work for me. Because I don't think she has it outside of in the ring, and she didn't even have it in the ring. Matt Riddle has it everywhere. Like he has the Spicoli, I'm old, from Fast Times at Richmond High. That's really his gimmick. He's a stoner. They actually blew my mind. We seeing 420 shirts in there. WWE made those shirts.
And 10 years ago, I would have never.
You was not getting that 10 years ago.
I was surprised when they came out with that.
I said 420, bro. I said
420 says, "I just smoked your ass," and they literally had that shirt.
Like this guy,
but they were selling a ton of merch.
I heard this a long time ago, and I'm gonna say it right now.
Here's a fun fact.
Hold on. I think we always talk about who could be the next this person or that person, right? That's always overblown, right? And so nobody could be those guys. It's like Irv Gotti said, right? Greatest anybody. He said, what do you think these guys would come out and rap like today? They had to come behind Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac, and Nas. They couldn't do that. They had to make their own lane, right? Let these guys make their own lane. But he has some Shawn Michaels in them. When I mean that, I mean he has some Shawn Michaels. I'm talking about big fight. When the stage is big, Riddle fucking shows up.
So Seth Rollins.
And so does Seth Rollins. Well, he's already
in this generation. He's the person I say.
He's already Seth Rollins, and this generation is
freaking Rollins.
In the last 15 years, Seth Rollins is Mount Rushmore of the WWE.
So here's a fun fact.
Not all time for me, but in the last 15 years.
I agree with you. We talked about the shirt. The RK Bro was so freaking over that when Walte, because day one was in Atlanta last year, I was there, and Walte came out, and they were supposed to come out with the Street Profits. Right? That was the original booking. They said they requested to come out with Randy and Matt.
Orton and Matt, yeah.
Yeah, they requested because they are so over right now, and that's who they wanted to be with. Because some people, God, don't tweet me on this. MVP got upset about it because he thought that they should went out.
You better watch it before he go back and delete some shit off his Instagram post. Okay,
this is true. I heard it from the horse's mouth to tongue. MVP was upset because he thought Walle should have went out with Street Profits because
honestly, yeah, of course, give the black rub. I agree with that when that came out.
But they wanted to be with
white you gotta, and it's what Dice teaches me every day. And my old ass Archie Bunker way of having to forget the old past and let the new shit go. We live in a whole different world now, bro. Yeah. We live in a whole different world. Wrestling Doll, this match, some had said it was match of the night. Your thoughts on Riddle and Seth freaking Elton John Rollins?
That it was nice for Seth Rollins to finally get a win after losing several pay-per-views back to back. He's kind of like the Miz. He could take a loss and not like have it affect him badly, but it was nice to see him get the W, even though I did pick Matt Riddle to win. But
I picked that one right.
Yeah, you did.
Only one
I'll
of two,
say that.
But it's okay.
Great match. It was very entertaining, and I will also say this about the previous match since I didn't get to say anything. We all knew Dominic was going to turn on his father. I saw the turn happening back when he was feuding with Sami Zayn for a while, and he was putting it in his head to try to get away from his father. So I knew that was coming. I just didn't know when, but when I saw it happening, I was like, oh, now they finally have him turning against his father. And so instead of being with Judgment Day, it's just going to be Dom versus Rey Mysterio at some point.
And that's my bad. I thought I had got you in there with that one in that match. My bad, Wrestling Doll on that one, in your opinion. Dice, some like I said, called it the match of the night. Was it for you?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of underwhelming. It was for them to be feuding for what 3 months, right?
It's not over.
And I know it's not over, but for Riddle to finally get his hands on Seth Rollins, right? And this is what y'all gave us. Like, I expected more, especially it being a show like that with 60,000 in the crowd. I just expected more. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a bad match. I'm not saying that. But for me, knowing how much emotion is supposed to be between these two guys, and after the segment that we had on Monday, right? Like, I would expect there to be more ferociousness, if I guess what I want to say. I don't know. It's something about
you wanted more brutality.
I guess something about that match lacked for me, and it had to be the aggression because I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. And if somebody was talking about my lost family and how I messed up or whatever, I left your bitch ass.
You know what? Now that you say that, and I watched that match twice, it was great from a wrestling perspective.
But storyline,
but the storyline, you thought it was going to be tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! And maybe that's what we get next, right? Maybe we do get that.
Extreme Rules is next, I believe.
So maybe we do get that, kind of
Make
a match
it better than last year. I'll say that.
So I'm there for that match. I thought it was good, but I feel you on that as well. Executive consultant.
Is there a September pay-per-view?
Your thoughts on this, executive consultant?
The match was pretty good.
September pay-per-view. I don't know. Is there one?
The September pay-per-view it was this.
Yeah,
okay.
Right,
so
it was.
So we got Extreme Rules next, and we know Roman's not going to be there.
Extreme Rules is he's not going to be in Philly, but Extreme Rules is next month.
Oh, he's going to be in Philly. He just ain't going to wrestle.
Damn,
he's not going to be there.
Roles.
He's
probably
going to
be there. Probably going to be there. It's Philadelphia.
What does that mean?
They show Philly, DC, New York, Chicago. They show up. Those are the biggest. Those are the biggest wrestling.
Next year's WrestleMania.
He doesn't have to wrestle. That's the year after next, though. He doesn't have to wrestle. I will bet you, okay, a little Debbie cake that Roman Reigns will be in Philadelphia.
I don't eat Debbie cakes, but we'll make that bet because I'm telling you right now, I don't think Roman Reigns will not be in Philadelphia. Right. He will not be there.
I'll bet you a bottle of yak. There you
That's
go.
a big. You just went from a little Debbie cake to some yak.
Listen, when I was a kid, Debbie cake was 25 cents. Now they $2 for $1.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
I mean, no, it was 2 for.
When you get the oatmeal pies with the fudge rounds,
they were a quarter. They were a quarter.
But then you had to pay. You had to pay the 35 cents for the double Swiss rolls, though.
They were a quarter.
You had if
they were $4 for $1.
You had to utilize that dollar. You had to get the Swiss rolls because it had 2 in the pack. You know what I'm saying? It had 2 in the pack, so you had to utilize that dollar when you went to the bodega. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I get 2 of everything.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that the joke's getting old.
I agree with
it. Will get old, but pot roast tacos will just be forever disrespected.
Well, let's figure out what the bet's going to be, but I'm telling you right now, Roman's not going to be.
All right, check it. Moving on, so we can get out of here.
He was at 2 pay-per-views in a row.
We do have Worlds Collide at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Another daytime pay-per-view. We got Tyler Bates versus Braun. Fuck you, because I did everything I could to get in, and I'm still checking my email, and I still didn't get in. I really want to go to see this. That's tonight. Also, this is tonight. Dice, did your girl lose her title?
Hell no. If Mandy loses, we riot.
Well, that's not
you riot.
Mandy Rose is the greatest NXT Women's Champion.
Don't lie.
That's a lie.
I'm not lying. I'm not
Yes,
lying.
you are.
I'm not lying.
I'm
not lying. No, I'm not lying. I am not. When I tell you, I mean this. I mean this with all of my heart, every fiber in my being. Right? There has not been who's been like her. Who's had a come up like her?
Asuka.
You can't.
Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
Bianca.
No.
I mean,
known already for their wrestling, right? Who?
Sasha Banks.
She was not known for her wrestling.
She was not known for her wrestling then.
Sasha Banks not known for her wrestling.
Sasha Banks to me was a joke when she first came out with the Kanye glasses, trying to be that
shit
black.
Was corny.
It was very corny. It was, and look what happened to it. Now she's one of the most biggest wrestling female stars of all time.
But I'm not lying when I tell you, I believe that.
Give me 1 second, Dice, because sometimes I like to clarify some things that you say. To say that she's made the biggest improvement, yes, but to say she's the greatest champion, come on, bro.
I'm not. No, it's not no. Come on.
She doesn't have the competition.
It's my opinion.
She doesn't have the
competition. It's my opinion.
And I respect your
opinion.
Over
you can't
Asuka,
argue my opinion.
Over Shayna Baszler.
I didn't say. Hold up. Did I say that this is a fact?
Spaghetti versus lasagna.
This is my opinion.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
If I tell you
that
peanut butter and jelly is better than ham
and
cheese,
opinion.
You can't tell me that I'm wrong.
I can tell you you're wrong. I can tell you that you're wrong. I can tell you I disagree, but it's still your opinion. All facts about what I just said is facts. I can still tell you that. All of your opinion is still your opinion.
You can't, because if I tell you that you talk about time, you don't think I think my other player is true. If I tell you that the reason why I say that somebody is the greatest is because she's got the best looking ass I've ever seen in NXT, you can't tell me that I'm wrong.
Well, there's why.
I can tell you.
No, that's not wrestling dog. That's not my reason. But I'm just saying. I'm just using it as like if I look at something a different way, you can't tell me that I'm wrong.
I can tell that your background is wrong. I can tell that hey ho ho is wrong. I can tell you.
You can tell me, but doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. So that's all. I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Bayley had a way better than her. Again, for me, it's the competition that she has not had there. That's not her fault.
Whose fault is that?
Vince McMahon.
Tom Brady was running the AFC East for 20 years. Whose fault is it that they couldn't put better teams together for him to face?
First of all, whose fault is that? The truth be told, whose fault it was? The NFL for fixing the fucking game. That's whose fault it was. Listen, tonight, who you got in this match, Dice?
Oh, I love Carter. I love Katie Carter so much. They aren't losing those belts yet. They aren't.
No, they're not losing.
They just got them.
Wrestling
and they've been on NXT for like 7 years.
Amazing.
So yeah, they should have been called up. I thought it was going to get called up. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to get called up, but yeah, I think this is just a show. That they don't really have many women's teams
back there
on NXT. So I like the idea that some main roster people come back and to their grounds at NXT. I think this will be a really good match. I think it'll be better than what people would probably look at it on paper and be like, oh, no, I think all 4 of these women can go. It's just if they're going to have the chemistry. So it could be a match of the night contender for me. Maybe top 3.
Katana and Kaden. That's all I had to say.
Who you got in this one, executive consultant?
Dewdrop and Nikki ASH are going to steal the show in this loss.
Okay, all right, in this loss. All right. Who's still the show? Who should be match of the night? Right here. Right here. Y'all say Melo can't miss. I need him to prove it to me tonight. Because Ricochet has.
He ain't proved it to you yet.
No, I told you. I think I listen. Opinions, right?
Now we got it. Hey, you see this? Now we get to specify our opinions. You see this? Come on now.
Opinions, right? Opinions, right?
NXT 2.0.
Melo.
One thing's for sure, 2 things for certain,
he's a midget.
And 3 things is I'm telling you. There's been 3 people that have been the MVPs. Carmelo Hayes is one of them. Braun Breaker and Mandy Rose, or / Toxic Attractive.
The MVPs of what? NXT 2.0?
Of NXT 2, yes.
Okay, but
that's
I think
NXT
2.0 is not better than Impact.
Ooh.
Man.
Oh.
I'm good.
Third time. He's walked off third time.
So who you got?
I tell you what, it wasn't better than Impact. It wasn't better than Impact this week because Mickey James had them biddies out.
Did you see them biddies?
We see.
I'm the one that told you.
We see if a show is really bad.
I didn't see it when you told me.
What I've gathered.
That's what he showed me or told me.
What I've gathered in this episode, when an episode of wrestling is bad, as long as you have breast or butt, Dice is going to give you that automatic. What I can see, because this man literally walked off, and then he came back, sat down because he said Impact was better because Mickey James
got the greatest ass. Don't tell me shit.
Mickey James is a goat. She's a goat. Give her
Natalia is a boat. Did you see them titties?
Who's winning the match? Who's winning the match? I got a consultant. Who you got?
Melo doesn't miss. Ricochet came back and said, "Hey, I remember I used to be able to do some flips. This is going to be an opportunity for him to do it. Melo's going to sell for him. Melo is going to win this match. He's the A champ, and I agree with Dice on this one. He is one of the highlights of NXT 2.0. Thank God he doesn't have breasts because he probably would be number 1 if it was up to Dice. But yes, I want to go.
Who you got in this one?
Well, let's see. We know who the executive consultant knows who I'm going to pick, especially considering the fact that I did watch his match when he did win the NXT title from Adam Cole, and that was a great match.
Championship.
Yes, that shows that Ricochet can go at it. So I'm picking Ricochet. I know Mel's probably going to win, but I'm still picking my boy Ricochet at the end of the day.
Shout out to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
I want Ricochet to win, but he won't. Okay, this is Carmelo.
What's up with you and Melo? Take that shit down. What's up with you and Melo? Why do you can't stand
He hates him. This is Sean's guy.
I'm sorry.
Versus Triple H's guy.
Is the executive consultant or Mike Knoxxx. I thought it was Z. Dice Man.
Hey, I'm just waiting on my question. I ain't got my question yet, so I had to go ahead and barge in.
I did ask you your question you thought was going to win. You told me. You answered it. Then you walked off. After I said something you didn't like.
I was thinking about Mickey James in the dress.
That's all
this is. But I'm sorry. I just want to know that this is Triple H's guy versus Sean's guy. I think that's very I think that's
Melo's definitely Sean's guy.
Yeah, it's Sean versus Triple H's guy. Yeah. No, my thing with Melo is, again, for me, guys, it's not just in ring. To me, for him right now, I have the Sasha Banks feel I had in the beginning. He's not, to me, that shit's fake. I don't believe who he is as a character. It doesn't work for me. I think that the protege he has, I think it worked for him better. There's times when Melo's doing real good. I go, okay, I can see it. I see where everybody likes him. I want to like him if everybody wants to. I think he's okay in the ring, but I think it's something about these smaller guys. You got to have exceptional.
Because he's short. You don't like him because he's short.
Trick,
you don't like him because he's short.
Jericho was short.
Trick is a Vince McMahon.
He don't like Jericho.
Who don't like Jericho?
You don't like you not a Jericho guy. You just
First of all, motherfucker, you got me calling your motherfucker. I apologize for that. I've been a Jericho fan since Lionheart, Chris Jericho. What are you talking about? Before
Isn't that what he is now?
Before you were born, I was a Jericho fan.
You didn't even know.
You've been a fan of him for 3 weeks.
I have not been a fan of Jericho in AEW the last 2 years. Well, you want to call him
He's a Lionheart,
but I've always been a Jericho fan from day one. I always go
gotta do this.
3,000 tapes. Mike Knoxxx has always supported Chris Jericho, the Lionheart, Chris Jericho, Band of 1,000 Hoes, Chris Jericho, all that shit.
That's Steve Malenko.
No, I'm talking about the list. So mind your business. Stop trying to correct me and go drink something. Now, Dice, we know who Dice is gonna want. There's a lot of ass in this match. Wrestling Doll, who you got winning this match?
Let's see.
There's a nice
Mandy,
ass picture right
Mako,
there
or Blair? I'm going Mako.
Okay, who you got in this with executive consultant?
Davenport.
I'm taking Davenport also. Because I think Mandy Rose is coming up.
Yeah, Toxic Attraction is called.
That's why she's coming up. That's why she loses, Dice. And you can get your wish, and we can see her on the main roster again, where she was in the beginning in the first place.
Either every Monday or every Friday.
She had to go. She had to go down.
Fridays.
She had to go down to get coaching.
2 steps back, 3 steps forward.
Yeah, and she did a good job. And again, on this one, I think Braun Breaker wins this. I just think that's their golden cow. And although Vince is gone, although Vince is gone, I think still behind scenes, Vince is still calling in plays. Okay.
Oh yeah, Vince is still throwing stuff in there. He's letting him give creative control and all that stuff. But when he doesn't like something, he's making that phone call. When he wants to offer something, he's making that phone call.
And this is Braun Breakers. For me, who you got in executive consultant?
Braun Breaker easily.
Z is silent.
And it's going to be a boring match.
I think so too.
This is Braun's. I mean, we got like 3 months until the NXT Europe happens, so I think they're gonna polish off what they have left of their budding stars from 2.0, and then when Europe happens, I think a lot of this is gonna switch over and change. But I think he's still gonna be the guy for now until Europe, and then he'll probably get called up around Rumble time. That's my prediction for Braun.
Who you got in this one, Wrestling Doll?
Braun Breaker.
Breaker of bronze.
I'm gonna miss that title though.
The
NXT UK title.
I do like that title.
I
actually seen it in person. It's actually a really good looking title. One of the ones I really do kind of want in my collection. Listen, guys, thank everybody in the chat for staying out and hanging out with us this long. We appreciate you. Please like, follow, and subscribe. As Dice would always say, when I ask you to buy a church plate or nothing, it's free to like, follow, and subscribe. It's free to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Unpopular Review Entertainment is here. We do the best in sports talk, entertainment, wrestling, music, you name it, video gaming. Hell, at this point, we're going to have the top 10 titties in wrestling history coming up sooner or later. Messing with Dice.
Bodies in wrestling.
You know what's better? You know what's better about that? Is that my girl Stacy Keibler couldn't be in that contest.
And she might got the best legs, though.
She got the best legs, though.
She got the best legs, though.
Wrestling
Listen,
dog.
you ever have a top 10 attractive ladies in WWE? Call me. I'll join you all in that to discuss.
We have a difference of opinion of what is attractive. So
exactly, that's what make it fun.
No, Mike will tell you that like Stacy Keibler is like top 1 or 2 for him, and I'm like,
well, Stacy Keibler.
That's debatable. Stacy was very pretty, naturally pretty.
She's a top 5.
Kelly is too.
Kelly is also. Again,
there's a lot of people.
It's a lot of them. This is, guess what? Put like this. They all listen. The ratio is like 12 to a half compared to WWE to AEW as far as top tier beautiful women of all time. That's
will not make my top 10.
Okay, they got about maybe 1 or 2 over there. That's
of all time or today.
Aaliyah got that.
Even today.
Aaliyah got that Joker.
Even today. They got the better looking women in WWE.
Yes, we know that because
AEW has the hottest woman in wrestling.
Here we go.
Single.
Don't you
You
mean the person that ain't defended the damn title in 2 months?
She defended tonight.
And just like Roman,
guess what, Dice? You gonna have you talked about they want to have sex with a woman with a shaved head. There you go. So you can smack her right in it. There you go. Jay Cartel in a theater tonight We got Lionheart versus American Dragon. We got the match of the night that Dyson and I will bust nuts.
Yes!
Not together, by the way. Ricky starts in Powerhouse Hobbs.
I have a problem with the fact y'all busting nuts over men.
Whoa, I did not endorse that statement. I did not endorse that.
Somebody say busted nuts. These gentlemen want to do it. All right. Then we have this tonight as well. All that going tonight. We will be back here tomorrow morning. Or
we're going to have a post show at 1 a.m. after this show
with
goes
the post show on that Labor Day weekend. More than likely, Dyson and I will be drunk. So come back and join us and tune in. With that being said, any final words, Wrestling Dolph, you got it here?
No, just looking forward to seeing it. Maybe if I'm up early enough, I'll probably join you for that post show.
Cool beans. Executive consultant, anything for you besides going to the pay-per-view tonight that I couldn't come get into, you fucking phone? Okay,
NXT
good.
is going to be great.
The sea is silent. Tell them what we're going to do today, baby.
What are we doing today? We're playing
Madden.
Playing Madden until nap time.
Because I can play now. I'm back.
Thank God, because I was sick of your Twitter rants.
First of all, listen.
Good morning, everybody, but bad at EA servers.
Listen, thanks to Sports Gamers Online, which you can find me every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. EA Sports heard my cries, okay? And they fixed my shit. So with that,
cheap plug. I got a cheap plug. No, I got a cheap plug.
Plug it.
I'm cheap plug.
It ain't cheap.
This
We
Thursday.
pay for it.
Well, it's free.
Well, no, we
It's
pay
free
for
for
the
them, so
services
it's free
to
for
talk
them to
on. So
watch.
technically, it's free for them. But go ahead, plug it.
Oh, this Thursday. Sports, culture, entertainment. If you like my wrestling rants, wait till you get a load of all of my other rants. Oh, I got some shit. Week 1 in the NFL. We're going to talk about it. She-Hulk so far. I don't know why y'all not liking her twerking with Meg Thee Stallion. That was pretty dope to me. Is it the end of Versus? The Murder Inc. story. Probably the best thing that's on TV right now as far as documentaries go. And then we're going to go back and review
Hold on, put that back up.
Empire to the Empire. Season 1, episodes 1 through 5. And 4
Oh, good. Series. Boy, because I'm on episode 3 now, so good. I thought I had to get to the whole season.
Walk off about 5 times that episode.
I had to go off the whole season.
Just watching his chair.
He's the host that one.
If y'all disrespect Lucius Line.
Don't disrespect Lucius. All right. That's DJ. Okay. Do it for him, Dice. You do it better than I'm gonna do it. Fuck, I'm gonna try it. You know what I'm doing in the back of them cars? Do you know? Do you know? He said, hell, man. Ain't like you back there sweating bullets.
Throw up the ones before we leave, people. Throw up the ones.
This is not what I want to do in my life. Listen,
I gotta get ready for NXT.
And say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready?